Good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and I'm currently not in the most smiley of moods. I'm just going to give you guys a pre-show warning here that my cat, who was pregnant, seems to be having pregnancy complications, and right now we're not sure what's happening with her. So if she starts to act weird in the middle of the show and I just have to leave to take her to an emergency vet run, then that could happen. Come on, baby. So I'm sorry if I'm slightly distracted with cat things at the moment.
Cat things are important.
I know, and so I really hope she's okay. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on her. She's kind of hanging around here where I'm at, and so it's kind of sad because she had 3 kittens and none of them have survived. So anyway, that's the sad news for the show, I guess, and that we're kind of on cat watch. So with all of that said, I guess then first things first, as usual, like, subscribe, and tonight we are going to harvest the bell at the suggestion of Ion. Brutal. Fenix is like, yes, with a scythe. Just.
I have one in the garage, so,
An actual scythe?
An actual scythe.
As you do, I guess.
I mean, I would totally bring it on the show, but it would not fit in my closet to show off. So maybe a photo to be displayed next time, yes.
Oh, I love your ears so much tonight. I'm glad you have your ears back and you're out of your human costume for Halloween.
I know. I had to perforate them back on, use a little bit of extra healing magic because one didn't want to stick right. But it's okay. I even got more fashionable garb for today and future evenings. So, yes.
Courtly engagements. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
and yes.
Yeah, look at you.
Love it.
I used to be able to lift him.
There's a mini Morbid. It's a mini Morbid. What?
It's a huge mini Morbid.
This is Nanner. Say hi, Nanner.
Hi.
Hi, Nanner.
Hello.
Small skeleton.
We're in his garage.
What
happened to Frank?
I was gonna say, yeah, Frank seems to have grown some flesh back since the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
I'm a real boy.
Replacement Frank for a moment. How was your Halloween?
Good.
Okay. Was it scary? Okay. Is the scariest place your mother's house? Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
The decorations your mother did?
Potions.
Oh, you like the potions? Here, what, like this?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you
gonna drink some poison?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's too young for. I think he's too young for potions.
Not those spirits, okay?
I don't know how bottles
Different
work.
spirits, yes.
Okay, here, wait, make sure they see the poison label. Make sure they see the poison label. Wait, here. There we go. Okay, now you can, here,
Does Poppy know
poison.
that you're doing this to her youngling?
She's off camera, so.
How else is he going to develop an immunity to iocane powder?
Where do you think I got the potion from? She gave me the potion.
Yeah.
She also did all the lovely, other potions that she made. She did Baba Yaga's hut in her garage.
So cool.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And let me actually see. Again, I didn't mean to hijack this early, but let me see if I can flip the camera here.
We all know that's not true.
I didn't mean to hijack this early, but I'm gonna keep going.
Well, yeah, stop, buddy.
Wow. Sorry, wasn't trying to be that offensive, Morbid.
I don't think that's possible.
Okay, here we go.
What's happening right now?
Wait, I had the wrong hand. Okay, so her lovely soup pot.
Oh, cool.
What?
Oh, that's super awesome.
And
wow.
this is her. She made an entire stove. She's got some lovely things cooking down here.
I love it.
More assorted potions and such.
Wow.
Baba Yaga's rake and snow shovel.
You know,
As the one Baba Yaga needs. Yes, yes.
Yeah, sometimes Baba Yaga has to. Yeah. And then she's got a lovely bookshelf over here of spider venom, more potions, her herb rack and assorted scrolls, more samples of things.
Yes, all the
That
things
is
that an
Of course,
aspiring
you
unseelie
can't-
needs. Yes.
You
the
can't
book
quite-
of the Book of the Dead.
Oh yeah, here. Oh, move the iPad. Yeah, Book of the Dead, and of course this is bending world webs. In
And
introduction to planar goosing,
Crossing.
planar crossing.
oh my god! Oh yuck!
It's not just millennials who can't read cursive anymore.
Yeah, and it's we've shown this off before, but this is her Ouija board table that she made.
Super cool.
I'll be back. Okay. You guys have to keep going without me right now, so do whatever you're doing. I just had a placenta appear on my leg because the cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Oh,
Lolly, we got it. We can be entertaining.
We got this. Yeah, we can.
improvise. We
I
can
will
do this.
continue to not talk.
And Morbid will continue to show off the awesomeness.
Yes. Yeah, Mark,
So,
keep doing
so
it.
I'm already voting for planar goosing as our
Magic word.
magic word.
Is the book lighting up?
I think this is too noisy. I think we'll have to stop that. This is amazing, though.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she has a talking book.
I
Yeah.
wish mine did that. Then I wouldn't have to read it.
Eve or Nanner, what does that potion say?
Yeah, but a talking book
It's
Yeah.
true.
depends on how it talks.
I could use some of that
If it
tonight.
talks
With this
back,
brew would be
then
great.
In depth,
Yeah, alchemy and death. Depth.
not just brief alchemy.
Yeah, what if the book berates you for reading so slow? That's terrible.
I don't know. It might come in handy for when I don't know a word.
Oh, Handbook of the Recently Deceased, classic.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Oh, this is one that actually Poppy used to use a lot for prophecy.
Every page that says 42.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Cool.
no.
Ask me a question.
What's the airspeed of the African swallow?
It's not if you're alone.
Okay.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Make a list of why.
How much can Nanner eat?
Ask your mother.
Oh my! What?
Is it Nanner's bedtime?
Related to me.
Surface. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, did you get lost in the cottage? Are you being swallowed by the... By the way, someday you're going to get over your shyness. Okay. I'm gonna flip the camera back.
Put the book of answers down. It's too powerful for you.
Yeah.
Go watch some TV.
Oh God, I'm not the whole screen, am I?
You
Is
sure
that-
are.
It
That
is
is a
the
terrible
Morbid Show.
Da, 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 da.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
I
we
know-
are.
I know I'm-
The
I
rest
know
of
I'm-
us have returned.
I know
Hi,
I'm making-
everybody.
Oh, there we
Hey,
go.
there's a. It's good. I can just hide the entire.
You're like, oh wait, never mind. I won't say that it's there. I'll use it to my advantage.
Yep.
By the way, that should be your next costume, which is you just show up with some. You
Just the FAE Productions title.
you print out the logo. Print out the logo on cardboard and just wear it over your head. And
That would actually be really fun.
My cosplay is I'm streaming. Okay.
I'm streaming. Oh, that's actually.
Then I wouldn't have to say anything. I'm okay with that.
So how? Oh, do we? sorry, I'm trying to figure out what time it is and if we need to worry about a vendor here in a second, because I assume Ion can do that. But I was going to ask how everyone's Halloween was. October, shockingly enough, October's kind of a busy month for me.
What? You?
Very, very quiet.
What are you busy doing in October?
I
Only
worked at a
monkey
haunted house, which is why I shaped my head, because I sent in some pictures. Actually, Ion, if I send you the picture.
See, this makes more sense because my first thought was locks of love, but I don't seem that you would be very loving. So
loving. They
Okay.
don't need curse there.
Yeah, let me.
don't need cursed.
Yes, if you share the pictures with me, I should be able to put them up.
Yeah, let me.
This is cursed. That's cursed. Everything's
Okay.
cursed.
I am now. I theoretically just sent them to.
Oh, yep. I
so
popped
helpful.
up on my magic mirror. 20 photos.
Yeah.
There we
I'll
go.
share some too. Hold on.
So while everyone is getting things ready to be shared, does anyone want to see a surprise that I have for the entire audience for next week?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
What's in the box?
Yep.
Tanner, ask
Say,
him what's
say
in
the
the
other
box.
part. Say the other part.
The box.
Fox, what's in the box?
Fox.
I took
What's in the
everyone's
box?
thunder. We have.
You eat eggs.
Oh, Lolly's not here right now, but it's amazing that she's recycling the box that I gave her earlier. This is beautiful.
Nice.
Yes, yes. That's what I gave her, but I guess she didn't want it, so she returned it. Yes.
Reboxing instead of regifting.
Reboxing, exactly. I need a stabbing implement real fast, which is very hard to find in a closet. Give me one moment here. Hey, Fox number 2. I always
Phoenix.
keep a razor blade on the
Phoenix, you
I
need to
keep one
come.
on my nightstand
on my desk. Razor blade
for late night stabbings.
next to the watch. Yeah, yes, for late night stabbings. Yes, it is important.
Phoenix, you need to come out of the closet.
I did, but
try
I
not to
found
make
out
that
that
joke.
I love it so much more in here. Seriously,
It's much safer.
it's so much safer. Whew.
Up there.
Okay,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna stab slice all of this. Remember, people, don't do like I do on the camera, and remember to cut away from yourself. I'm totally a Boy Scout and Eagle Scout, and remember to do that properly. Yes.
Yeah, because that's all tonight needs is for you to get like arterial spray going during the live stream.
It's just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound.
It's just
Okay, is everyone ready? Drum roll. Clemonade
oh,
God.
beyond
Oh,
special request
God.
from all of you out there.
Mayonnaise flavored.
I-
or clam
I
flavored
very much do have to say thank you to whichever one of our wonderful viewers decided that they were going to buy this for us, because
Evie?
now we all get to test this. Thank you
No.
from the bottom of my soon-to-be aching stomach on
No, I
next
assure
week's show.
you, I
Not
assure
all
you,
of us
we do
are
not
going-
all need to taste
No.
this.
I wanna.
No.
For all of you who don't know the deliciousness of Clemonades, please go ahead and visit the wonderful makers of Cards Against Humanity. Inside each one of these jars has a beautiful packet. We are not profiting off of this at all, so do not think that I'm sitting here being like, ooh, try our product. But I think it's either not this following week, but the following week. There are packages of cards in here, I guess, and we will be putting them up on our Wheel of Win. Is that correct, Ion?
I'm not super sure, but I think
There was
plan
lots
is
of plans.
There was
I
something
love-
along those lines. Keep up for further details to know more.
I love that you did a disclaimer that you're not being paid to promote this, and I'm like, why on earth would you do it if you're not being paid to promote this? Thank you, Nanner. How many skulls do you think your mother?
Are we ready to look at pictures? Hold on, let me start sharing some pictures.
To answer that simply, Lolly
Uh,
is amazing and she doesn't pay any of us, and that's why I
Ion,
do this.
Has our vendor appeared in the wings yet? I just want to make sure that they.
You know what? I'm not sure. Hold on.
I mean, because we could always show pictures after. I like the eyeball.
Yes, Nanner is helping.
Very
Okay, why is it not doing the sharing business?
Because why would anything want to work? That would be simple.
Where did my
Yeah.
hair go?
Oh, there is a Princess Lolly. She had returned.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The cat, she got in my lap and she was just laying here, and then she got up and jumped down, and there was a placenta on my leg.
Oh no.
So I feel better that I've seen it, because you're supposed to see one placenta per kitten. And so
This is anatomy, yes. Mhm.
and so I feel better now that I've seen it, but I also just, I don't know. I'm afraid she's still got a kitten inside of her, because I don't know. So here she is again, and I'm just gonna try to keep an eye on her, I guess. So she's walking around and otherwise acting normal, ish. I mean, she's being more lovable than she normally is, but she's been that for the last couple weeks. Like, I'm filled with babies. I love everybody. Like, pet me. Like, being preggers is hard. So,
Apparently, my tab decided to freeze, and that's why I couldn't share.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, yeah. No. For those asking in the comments, no, none of my hair was for sale this time.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
This
are
time.
you drinking more poison?
I'm drinking witch's brew.
Is that? I hope your mother put stuff in there that actually is drinkable on that one.
He's like,
Yes.
we'll find out.
Again, hopefully you get over your shyness. Go ask your mom if the blue was actually drinkable.
Well, he didn't make a weird face. So,
It's both Gatorade.
if anything, he's just gonna have glittery poop,
Yeah, that's why I don't want that maple syrup, because I don't want my poop to be glittery.
But
Who else
it's
doesn't
so
have glittery?
sparkly.
I feel like I
No.
left for 10 minutes and I come back to glittery poop. What?
Hey,
We try our
how
best,
many times have
Molly.
I heard the word bloody placenta today? So
more than probably the entire last 5 years.
Flora decided to buy it.
I
You
bought
finally
it.
broke down and paid the $20 human money.
I paid $20 human dollars
What
Oh,
is
for
it?
for
what?
maple
What did you
syrup
get?
that sparkles.
Oh, okay. So,
I
okay.
mean, look at
so,
all that
That's a
glitter.
thing.
It's a thing. I found it while grocery shopping.
How does it taste?
uh,
I haven't opened it yet. Because
Well, I think that you should wait.
I will.
I think that you should wait till
You
after
wanna go
this
get the
weekend,
shark
because
skull?
so
I feel like
I'm
I'm.
trying to unembiggen you here. Okay.
Thank
I think
you.
you should wait till after this weekend, because so as it turns out, now Phoenix, you have a package to open and I have a package to open.
So
And
about that package.
Yeah, so
Open that package while you were
about
gone.
that, we were looking for a filler, and Claminace has already been informed to everybody about next week. So
okay, yes, so next week the Claminays, because actually this weekend, or either this weekend or early next week, I will be able to get some over to you, Flora, and then
No.
yes, also over
Yes.
to Eladrin. And so you'll have some, Eladrin will have some, Ion will have some, and I'll have some, and Phoenix
I've already
will have
misplaced it.
some. No, you haven't.
I
Here
think
for it.
Morbid needs to be added on the list.
Yeah, but
Oh
I don't
no,
know.
my address changed. I don't live there anymore.
Lies. And I know the address of where you are at right now.
She's Princess Lolly. She knows everything.
I also stated I must be paid to eat it. I will not eat it voluntarily.
Exactly.
Well,
And not
so,
dross. Human
I mean, I
monies.
guess if I sent some literally today, like tomorrow, I mean, I could get some to Morbid and to Stormy in time.
Yeah, don't make us all. I mean, if we're gonna
What's in that
suffer,
bottle?
everyone gets
What's in
to.
that
not
bottle?
just-
That's my point. Like, we can't all suffer by ourselves. This
You
is
want
a
me to throw
a
up on
community organization.
I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I'm pretty sure we might get in trouble if I throw up on stream.
No,
Nanner,
this is the exact reason why we're waiting till after 8:30.
Nanner,
8:30
put
rules apply.
Okay,
Nanner,
so-
please put the virgin's blood back where you got it.
That means they haven't lit a candle before.
But what I was trying to get at, Flora, was that if you open the syrup but
black
don't eat
candle.
it, we can trade. You can give me some syrup, and you can give Aladrin
Don't
some
believe
syrup, and then
syrup for clam
No.
mayonnaise is a fair trade.
what? You're not going to share your syrup so that we can all taste it together?
No.
They're both great on pancakes.
Oh, come
I'm-
on, Clara. Be a
I'm
team
going to make
player here.
myself some waffles,
Lying.
and
What?
I'm going to sit here on stream and eat the syrup while
I'll
you
make
eat
a
your
waffle.
mayonnaise.
All of the syrup in that bottle. You had better mean all of the syrup in that bottle. I want to
No,
watch
I'm
you
gonna
do
savor
every
it.
last glug, glug, glug.
Chug, chug, chug.
No,
What did
I'm going
this
to
show
treat
just
this like a
become?
fine
Chug,
wine.
chug.
I spent
If it
$20 on
means
this,
Like
okay?
a fire.
It's going to be like a fine
There,
wine.
a
Hints
tiny
of
moment so that we can
sparkles
all
from
have-
the
we can all
northeastern
taste it together.
district. Hmm.
Exactly.
If it means that chugging the syrup means that there's no room for clam mayonnaise, she will do it.
Just gonna grab that book
Yeah.
right out of Morbid's screen.
Magic.
Any questions?
So many.
How magic works? There's never any questions about that. You just do.
Oh no, I just had questions about Morbid, but I'm pretty sure you can't answer.
I mean, I've got plenty of questions
Well,
about Morbid, but they need to be
well,
off-screen
The
topics.
sugar high alone, I would
Monetization,
get
I
off of this
suppose.
if I chugged it.
By the way,
Uh,
did we? Oh,
I know. So we have an author down there, and also we have a drawing for the awesome Dice Advent Calendar.
Wheel
so-
of Wind, Advent
so-
calendar.
Anyone have any questions? That
yeah. Is it your bedtime?
Yes. Yeah. So
Is it
Ask your
8:30
father.
yet?
Oh my god.
Ask the book who will win.
who will win?
Who will win the
Who will win?
Dice Advent calendar?
Hopefully my Spritling.
All right. You will find out everything you'll need to know. Okay.
well, we're about to. So
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Anna, this is the really boring part of the show, so I don't know if you want to stick around for this.
What?
So yes, so here we go. We're gonna create the wheel. We had a lot of entries, both from the Patreon and also on the YouTube. So thank you everybody for going and entering on the YouTubes. So here we go. This is our wheel, and we will give it a spin. Oh, that is Ingverson. You are the winner. That is awesome. You're one of our newer Patreon patrons too. So congratulations on winning. You get the cool the Advent calendar that everybody's jealous of. I bet.
Yeah.
Automatic.
I know. I just want all of their dice. They have those cool crystal dice and then the cool pink dice, and I want to put them all in my mouth.
The liquid center dice.
So
Oh, what'd you say, Stormy?
You put them in your mouth too?
Oh, all of you guys kiss my royal butt.
I like this.
Stormy. Yeah, I said last
That
week, I was
idea.
like, I would have put them in my mouth, and everybody was like, what? No, why? Why would you do that? And I'm like, surely there's one other person that can like validate the
By the way,
desire.
And look, Stormy wasn't here to validate.
But
I'm
Stormy
pretty-
is here now and validating me.
Okay.
I'm
That's
pretty
okay.
sure.
Looking out at somebody and whatever you roll is the you roll.
Also, I'm pretty sure that's the name of your memoirs.
What? Spit them.
Oh no, I still love the fact that the magic word from last week was licky the clicky. That was beautiful.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I want to put it in my mouth is the title of your memoirs.
No. Me or Stormy. Careful.
That's accurate.
Um,
not gonna lie.
Okay.
I have a better immune system, but I don't.
We do have our author down there in the wings, and so we're going to bring in this week's guest. And I hope you're ready down there. I see you. Okay. Hi. How are you?
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I was wearing my hair down and I got way too hot here, so I'm like, oh well, it's back up. I really tried.
Same.
That's okay. I
Right.
feel like I'm an entire wreck right now because I've got very sad, crazy cat things happening literally in the midst of the show, and so everybody can be.
I had a long discussion with both my children today, telling them exactly what the expectations were for this evening, being as, it's like 10:07. I'm like, I'm going to be on an interview. And my son goes, that's so weird. Who would want to interview you? Is this a
Oh,
Wow.
ooh.
He's 12. And
Someone's got
I
some
was like,
spicy
well, you know,
potato
I'm
energy.
surprised anybody wants to too, so I'm excited.
Oh no, your books actually look amazing. But if you can, will you please introduce yourself to our audience? Tell us who you are and what you write.
My name is Sherry Lee Mason. I actually write in several different genres. I write dark urban fantasy because, well, we can't all be merry. And I also write science fiction. I only have one series at this time. It's Greek gods or aliens, and humans are, well, demigods or hybrids. So,
Whatever.
and then I have another pen name for romance, which is smutty. So we won't talk about that here.
Yes, talk about the smutty.
That's your favorite genre.
Subtle, Flora.
Well, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me. Actually, I was quite
scale-
intrigued because I saw you guys are all interested in the Renaissance fairs and you LARP and all of that. I've done all of that, so I'm like, yippee, these are my people.
Yay! That is excellent.
On a scale of 1 to Flora, how smutty are they?
Porn. That's a nice word.
So beyond Flora. Cool. Okay.
Oh,
I mean-
ouch.
Mhm.
Let's see.
I don't know Flora well enough to slut shame her, but
Thank you. I appreciate
I'm
it.
pretty
don't
sure
do
you're
that
not going
anyway.
to be able to shame anything about her. There's no shame.
well, I watched one of your old videos. I think it was from a couple weeks ago anyway, and I saw Flora was crocheting, and I also am a happy hooker, so don't be so mean.
I love finding fellow hookers.
I love it.
That's
I
great.
love it.
I'm making Christmas presents, which
Of course you are, because that's what crocheters do.
Yeah.
We're always
Whether or
making
not
something
they-
to somebody.
ever get
Um,
finished is another, you know.
Okay, so I don't know how these interviews go because I don't do very many of them. I generally try not to put my face in front of cameras or out there anywhere, but I do live in the Republic of Panama. So I am actually, pardon?
Actually?
Actually,
How cool.
basically, my son goes basically all the time. So I'm like, basically,
Literally.
yeah,
All right.
really, literally.
Well, so
Actually,
the way
not
that normally
figuratively.
the way that this normally goes is here is the part where you will tell us what book you're going to read from us to us from for tonight. While you're reading,
Okay.
everybody who is listening in the audience is free to ask their questions in the comment section, and then when you're done reading, we will ask you the questions that come through in the comment section from the audience or from our cast members who will put their questions into the audience
Okay.
So if you could give us a little bit of a rundown before you jump into your book about which book we're going to hear from and what its brief synopsis of what it's about, so we have some context, then that would be excellent.
Okay. I wrote this series because my daughter asked me one day several years ago, Mommy, if fairies were real, what would happen? And I said, well, we're all fucked. Oh, pardon me. Are we PG here? Well, magic.
After 8:30.
Magic.
After 8:30,
Try to
we
steer
approve
away
of such
from
things.
the language, just in case because we don't want to run afoul of YouTube.
Okay.
So
We slip.
it will be okay. Like
Okay. Anyway,
Honestly, just wait 18 more minutes and you're good. It's fine.
I was
keep it track.
Standard time. I'm still on Central. Is YouTube on Eastern?
Oh, we're in the show is being hosted from the Pacific time zone, so the Seattle, Los Angeles time zone.
Okay. Yeah, I
Mhm.
grew up in Portland, Oregon, so I know that time zone very well.
Oh, you get it then, yes.
Okay, so my daughter asked me if fairies were real, and I told her we were in a lot of trouble if fairies were real because fairies have magic and we don't. We had a brief conversation about it. She was pretty obsessed with fairies at the time, and I went to sleep and woke up the next day and went, oh my God, I have a book. And then I realized I didn't have just one book, I had several books. So I wrote about 15,872 words that day on this book.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I know. My brain felt like I had been sucked out of my ears with a straw. And then I went and wrote just as many the next day. So clearly it hadn't happened. Anyway, so I have a total of 7 books out in the series, and it's called These Hallowed Hills. So instead of the Hollow Hills, I went with the Hallowed Hills. And I don't remember why, but that's what I did.
Because the Fae wanted you to.
Because
Pardon?
of autocorrect. Autocorrect.
No, this was actually not an autocorrect issue. Not this time. Anyway, so the main character is a girl named Sarah, who, you know, of course, the story starts out with she's a normal girl, right? Who has normal problems, you know, and Sarah gets abducted by aliens. But it's not just, it's not like, oops, I stepped into a fairy ring and I was abducted by aliens because there's mushrooms on the ground. It's more like fairies decided to invade the earth and start killing everyone.
Whoa.
And abducting good-looking girls and strong guys with no reason whatsoever. And you don't get an answer for that in book 1, sorry. Although it should seem...
I feel like good-looking girls and strong guys is a reason.
well, you know how fickle the Fae are, and they like pretty, shiny things. So it makes sense that they would do that. Anyway, so I'm going to read to you from book 5, which is called Traits of Fae. And this one actually has somewhat of a dystopic or post-apocalyptic cover, because this one's actually takes place on the surface, whereas a lot of the other books take place in the Hallowed Hills. But they kind of jump back and forth. You know, you're in and you're out. And the magic system is singing. Nursery rhymes. So all the nursery rhymes you think you know, which seem to have the same song but don't, are wrong. Those are all the humanized version of nursery rhymes. And then the Fae come along. Cool. They sing their version of the nursery rhymes, and you're like, why is it so dark and, you know, scary? But the Fae are scary. Anyway, so the lead in this book her name is Mercia, and I like her. She's kind of a badass.
All right. Well, I'm going to put everybody on mute and give you the whole screen to yourself.
Okay.
And yes, and then feel free to launch in.
Okay. As soon as the door is closed, I'm already halfway down the block. The quickest way back to CB 784 is the line across the river. Only the craziest take the line, but I don't have time to care about my mental state. Surveying the road ahead, I hang a left at the next break in the CB walls. Rubble and trash lace the roadsides, along with a distinct urine scent. The bandana around my neck isn't just there to cover my walkie buttons. I pull it over my nose to cover the road smells, only to remind me that I haven't bathed in 4 days. The stones littering the roads come in all sizes. Most of them I jump over, but every so often I zip around. The monotony of the roads between the CBs is enough to throw a trance on you without the stones. After several turns, I arrive at the river cut. Staring out across the river valley always takes my breath away. The wind here whips fast enough to push the lingering dust away, giving you a clear vista of the dirty river flowing down below. At one time, this was a bustling city with a huge port. Big ocean ships came here to unload before returning to the country on the other side of the world. If you walk about long enough, you will see pictures from before the fall of the city, Portland. The river was dark blue and the city didn't have a dust cloud hanging over it. All the bridges connected one side of the river to the other. But Fae came, and the war between humans and Fae destroyed all that. Humans are so stupid. If they had just let the Fae take what they wanted, this city would still be in one piece. But humans fight, and I can understand that. I fight too, and kill. Turning my head left and right, I see that the edges of the cut have changed a great deal from my last trip along the ledge. The cliff's edge is a jagged line where the earth gives away, tumbling into the valley below. The clear air reveals the lush forest which covers the lower valley. Here and there, The marshy lands hides under the great tree branches. The valley is still untouched. Humans don't live there. At one time, ships lined the riverbanks, but the rusting hulks grow smaller every year. My eyes lock on the only thing I need to still be here, the old crane. It was used to move giant steel boxes from ships to land and trucks. The ports here had 7 at one time. Now it just has 2. Lifting my scope, I followed the line from the crane to the old bridge anchor. It looks intact, and heaving a sigh of relief, I move forward with my plan. Picking my way along the cut's edge, I follow the brush line. Some of the road still clings to the cliffside, and I walk at ease for a while, but the closer I get to the bridge anchor, the less of the cliff is left, and none of the road. Where the road used to travel under the anchor, it now ends well before. Not even bushes cling to the underside of the cliff. Not wanting to waste a lot of time, I pick my way around to the front side of the cement anchor. The erosion is forced here and there. I can see the remains of a magic line in the cliff. Someone doesn't want this approach to exist. I crank my head back and stare up at the once amazing structure. The anchor arched like the windows on a church from the world before. The bridge was called Cathedral Bridge. I only know this from the plaque on the side. The only praying done here these days is just before you leap off the edge, with only the line to hold you. No one goes to a church. God is a myth, not a fairy tale. If there's anyone watching, they're watching the river. No human could walk the ledge around the anchor, light as a feather, not like me. The only one that can keep pace with me now is Nick. It's a dance stepping over brush roots, gnarled and twisted metal bars, which are sticking out of the side of the cliff. They're left over from the before, and a road that once lined the cut. But it's a dance I enjoy and know well. Finally, the looming steel and the cement structure that once spanned the river valley hangs sagging and broken over my head. The giant bridge pilings tower above me, reminding me humanity wasn't always scrambling to survive. However, the pockmarked cement speaks of age and neglect. Therefore, it can't be trusted to hold my weight. Several steel cables hang down, promising an easy trip up. Rustling around in my backpack, I pull my cable grips. Ron told me it was dead weight to haul around, but today I'm glad I never listened. Crossing my fingers and one arm over my chest, I tilt my head down. Dano, if you have a care, watch over my stupid changeling ass. I touched my fingers to my forehead. I only salute the Fae way when I'm scared. With cold fingers, I latch the grips onto the cable and lock them in place, clipping the stainless steel ring into my makeshift harness. I take a deep breath. Straps tighten around my upper thighs and waist. I hope Wild hasn't taken hold of my mind. I loosened the grip and move it up the cable, lifting my feet off the ground and onto the cement piling. After that, I move the lower grip up behind me. This can work. 20 minutes later, the ledge comes into view and the reverberations of male voices carry over the edge, reaching me. Look, whoever they're looking for, he ain't coming here. It's a one-way in and we can toss him over the edge. The baritone of his voice reminds me of a kid I met a long time ago when I was running Road Rat and crewless, all bravado and little sense. Yeah, what if she's a witch? What then? Or worse, what if she's Fae? It's getting dark. Don't they come out at night? The second one replies with his teeth chattering in fear. The cable I've climbed continues on to the tower above. If I wait for the light to fade, maybe the shadows can cover me. Wind batters at my suspended form, ripping my body heat away. Its icy claws dig into my muscles, making them ache. Humming low, I wrap a bubble of still air around me to hold the heat. Don't be afraid, Des. Witches don't come out. They rule the CBs, dipshit. Nah, my bet's on the Fae. And if I'm right, and she is Fae, we got no chance. Nobody's seen a real Fae in a long time. The baritone rumbles out a dry laugh. Karn said he saw a Fae 2 weeks ago. Big green-eyed monster. But this girl killed a witch. All the CBs will be gunning for her. They can't have a witch killer on their hands. Des replies, and the fire snaps in the background. He's right. The witches will be out for my blood. They can't afford to look weak. If only the people they rule knew the truth. There are no witches, only humans with Fae in their blood. Bo, you think the world will ever change? Des asks. Bo doesn't miss a beat. Not in our lifetime. Between the witches and the gubs, we're screwed. Change? You want change? Leave the CBs for the wilds. Then you can change into a corpse. Bo laughs, Bo says, issuing another dry laugh. I'm sure he thought he was clever. The last of the light fades from the sky, leaving behind the purples and pinks of the coming darkness. Humming, I pull my shadowy cloak around me and slowly inch my cable up. Damn it, I never reapplied my camo. Whatever paint I had, it's gone. So I hum to fix it, and the itch at the back of my neck starts up again, bringing up the image of ants marching down my spine. The cement ends, and my eyes line up with the one-time roadway and the two guys guarding it. They both sit around a permanent fire pit, warming their hands. They should be watching the road and listening for trouble, but they're not. The line is the property of CB-196. Their witch, Larka, is strong. Her magic wakes around the pilings as a keep-out spell, simple but effective. However, she only spelled the road entrance, believing the only approach is the road, which shows a lack of imagination. Cathedral Bridge once held many cables, which were strung from one side of the river to the other, holding up a road. But the search for the queen changed all that, leaving only one cable intact. It appears CB-196 has been busy since from one line, now there are four. Clustered over the center of the roadway were four cables, each one reaching out across the river. Three are angled down while one appears level. The rickety wooden platform from my last trip had been replaced with a stone one. I checked again to assure myself the two guards were still next to the fire. They're preoccupied with the debate over my status as a witch. Sloppy. Cassidy would put a bullet in both their heads if they were his guys. Light gravel dusts the roadway, even though the wind is blowing, and my feet find purchase, and I press up into a standing position. Using the cover of the wind, I remove the grips and stash them in my leg pockets. With slow and steady steps, I work my way to the line platform. The wind pulls back in its cyclonic fashion, leaving the air still for a moment. My eyes widen as the scent of cologne mixed with something unknown assails my senses. Pushing my back into the stone platform, I hold my breath and pull the shadows tighter. I only need a few more minutes. What did that guy say? Des asks. Bo replies, if you get the crawly feeling, to get him, why? Bo shifts his head left and right in a half-assed attempt of watching the road. I got him, like someone's breathing down my neck. Des shivers, then glances around, gripping his gun. I smile to myself. He only knew. All at once, Des jumps to his feet and rushes into the wooden shack on the other side of the platform. Seeing my chance, I rush the stairs, taking them two at a time. The platform has railings on two sides, leaving the back open. The tingle starts at the back of my neck, working its way up my scalp and causing hair to stand on end. The wind of the valley whips by, pushing my hair into my mouth and eyes. There are harnesses and cables all over the floor. Ignoring the rig, which is already on the cables, I pick up my own from a pile. I don't have time to figure out which line goes to the crane, so I take the second line to the right and latch the kit on. Pulling the harness over my own, the metal clips lock into the rig, and I run my hands over my torso. Then I step back and run straight at the ledge. The rubber soles of my shoes meet the stone of the platform, and the slapping reverberates off the bridge pilings. At the last step, I spring into the air and embrace the free fall of the line. There's a sudden jerk, and my legs splay out in front of me as I'm pulled back. The gravity I'd left behind takes me back into its warm embrace with a vengeance. The fleeting hope of freedom disappears with a gust of wind as it whips around my head, causing my hair to lash my face. My stomach drops and muscular arms lock around my chest, enveloping me in the sickly scent of rotting teeth and something minty. Did you really think you could kill a witch and get away with it? Bo's baritone ripples over me. What did I tell you, Des? All normal. If she was Fae, she'd have enchanted us by now. Nothing but your normal human. Otherwise, why'd she shoot the witch? He asks, and his chest shakes with a chuckle. A sigh drifts over my shoulder. Maybe she's covering for someone. I mean, why'd she kill him anyway? Des asks. Who cares? We take her back to Larka. She'll reward us. The rapid shaking of the head behind me is all the cue I needed, and the rumble in my chest grows to engulf the platform, vibrating steel cables overhead. All at once, an incredible pain spreads from my temples across my skull. As the ringing in my head grows, dark spots form before my eyes. I blink to clear my vision. The sound of clicking metal reaches me just before I'm slammed into the road below. Don't kill her. We won't get paid as much. Larka likes to interview him. You know what I mean? Des' words drift to me through the pain in my chest and the ringing in my head. Suddenly, the scent of cologne and something just out of reach surrounds the area. Nick, I'm truly Fae fucked now. That's it.
All right, gonna bring us back together here.
Huzzah.
Yes, make sure everybody is all right, can speak. So we do have some questions and some comments here.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get to that place. So thank you so much for the reading, of course.
Thank you for listening.
Of course. I actually am like, I feel like this is all of my genres kind of in one, like scary, dystopian, like
Post-apocalyptic,
scary, post-apocalyptic, yeah, like all of that.
some magic
like,
thrown
like
in.
that.
Yeah.
I wrote a book I wanted to read, so
That's what they say, right? Write what you want to read, and
well, you're gonna read it a lot, so you better write what you want to read. You're gonna read it a lot.
Are your smutty
Like-
ones dark too?
The smutty ones that I write are single mom romance, and they're actually called Single Moms Don't Date. And then it's some guy's name. So single moms don't date this guy. Single moms don't date that guy, right? And it's just it's a series, but they're not connected.
Oh my gosh.
Or I haven't figured out how to. Pardon?
She's gonna want to read it, I can tell.
Of
Okay.
course, it's smutty.
Well, you're gonna laugh when I tell you my pen name. It's Flora Lee.
Ironic.
And
That's
we
amazing.
found the link to your Fae only. Okay.
Oh,
It's okay. I'm when you write in a lot of different genres, especially if it's like, vastly different, science fiction and romantic smut don't necessarily go together unless you're writing science fiction romance, which I'm not actually doing that. So I'm going to just keep them separated.
Not doing that yet.
Yes.
I know. I've been thinking about it. Shh, stop. I have 12 books already to write this year.
Oh my.
So
This year?
Won't add more to your list. It's okay.
this year.
You need more slutty fairies.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. So I decided to go clean, all slaying, no laying in my fairy books because everybody writes smutty fairy books, right? And they're all like, he was tall and handsome with very sharp cheekbones. And I'm like, he was Fae and his ears are pokey and I just want to stab his eyes out. So rather than be all like Fae worshipy, I'm like Fae pokey with a knifey.
Nice.
I mean, they're not
suddenly-
mutually incompatible.
I suddenly
I-
want to see
you know,
the
somebody
Fae
wants
version
to
of
kill
what
them.
we do in the shadows now, right? Like,
Well-
That is also a great show. Just saying.
Which one?
a Fae version
What we
of what
do
we
in the
do in the
shadows.
shadows.
I don't think I've seen that show. Just so you understand, I don't get American television down here. I only get what I can get from the internet. So if I haven't heard about it, I haven't seen it.
So it's a vampire mockumentary where they're following around these 3 vampires that live together.
Basically,
And
it's
Hey,
what
hey,
if
hey,
vampires were utter
no,
morons?
stop. I just made the one comment. I really want to ask the questions.
You should.
Okay.
Okay. So, well, we did have an off question that was, are you near the canal?
No, I am not. Panama Canal is about 500 miles, give or take. I don't know. It's an S-shaped country, so it's not a straight line. It's south of
it's not
me.
a straight country.
No, it's very curvy.
Oh.
Like me, it's very curvy.
I
It really
accidentally
is.
clicked the wrong thing.
So I actually live in northern Panama. I'm very close to the Costa Rican border, which they just call the frontera here. So,
Ooh, Costa Rica. Good place to go.
you know, Costa Rica is nice, but it's more expensive than Panama.
So let's see. You've already answered the, is this like post-apocalyptic story with Fae? And the answer to that was yes. So here we have this. In your book, is there much of a distinction between the magic of Fae and their advanced technology?
They don't use technology.
Like at all?
No.
How do you define technology?
Technology is whatever we invented before they destroyed our civilization.
Okay.
The Fae would consider technology to be something that a weak person would use, because if your song is strong and your magic is determined by your will. So only through the strength of your song and your own willpower can you make things happen. And if you aren't that strong and you don't have the good willpower, things don't happen for you. And that's just sad. And then they look down their nose at you.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay. I like that.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Well, the Fae are kind of not nice people. I mean, there are some nice people in there, but
they're mostly a bunch of jerks.
You have Seelie and you have Unseelie, and the Seelie are supposed to be the nice ones, and the Unseelie are supposed to be the mean ones. But
that's propaganda.
Yeah, that's kind of propaganda.
My apologies, Lolly. I thought we were bragging on a nice author, but she's just offending the entire Fae race. I mean,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend. This is the story world that I've created. But in my story, you can change courts anytime you want to. And so you don't have to stay Seelie or Unseelie if you choose to change sides. And there are a few members who don't change courts, but find a higher purpose. So they'll work with the other courts, whether it be autumn, winter, whatever, and whether they're Seelie or Unseelie, because they have a greater calling. Sometimes makes interesting bedfellows.
It's
but
okay.
there's no sleep. There's no
offended.
sex in the book. I just use interesting bedfellows as an example.
It's okay. I'm not offended by mean fairies. I'm pretty familiar with actual fairy folklore. So in almost none of it are fairies nice. So
they're not at all.
Let's see here. So we have, is your hero a part of a larger resistance movement?
Okay, so the one I just wrote about but it's completely unwilling. You guys know about the swearing of oaths with Fae. If you make a promise or you swear an oath, you're bound to it. The magic will force you to follow your word, whatever it is. And so some people have been roped into this greater reaching story arc simply because they needed something, and the only way to get it was to ask a specific character. His name is Puka. I love the Puka, by the way. I love him a lot. Not just his character. I like the actual Puka from the fairy tale myths. Because he's like, well, I could give it to you, but we're Fae. There's got to be a deal. So what are you going to give me? And you got to swear to it because I want to make sure that you can't get out.
That's
so
right.
some people are forced to help even though they don't really want to.
No going backsies.
No, or the magic will eat you alive.
That sounds like a horrific thing to observe, actually.
I did say it was dark urban fantasy.
I know. I'm just imagining that in my head, thinking, that doesn't sound like an awesome thing to witness, right? Like, whew, rough.
Well, the first line of the first book says, I know I'm going to totally butcher this enunciation, so please forgive me. Thulatha, Dudanin, elves. There you go. Thank you. I'm just what she said. Elves, fae, fair folk, fairies. I used to believe in them. All those fluffy cotton candy stories they feed little girls. They sounded magical and wonderful, with wings floating around. Every story you've ever heard about a fairy is a lie. They do have magic, but they are not magical, and they're every bit as evil, conniving, manipulative, and barbaric as humans. They just hide it behind a beautiful face, pointy ears.
Hey, just called out there. Stormy is looking mischievous in the corner, like,
Well, like I said, they're not all that way. There are a few that are nice.
I did notice that in the segment that you read, you made a reference to the goddess Danu.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that was pretty cool, actually. I was like, oh, I like that. Danu protect me or shield me or something, I think you said.
Yeah. She prayed to her. They consider Danu to be the first queen of Fae.
Yeah.
And so you pray to her when you need help. Like, oh crap, I'm going to go do something that is going to get me killed, maybe. Could you help a girl out over here? Because, don't want to die.
All right, so let's see. Next question is, that was mine, yay. Which was, what gave you the idea for using nursery rhymes? And then there's kind of a follow-up to that as well, which is, are you in any danger of running out of nursery rhymes? And has the search for more led you to any interesting discoveries?
Okay. So, nursery rhymes mostly because one of the characters, when they're going to sing or magic, you have to think of something, okay, what's old enough, that's musical, that's lasted the test of time, that follows along in the time zone as Fae lore, right? So just so you understand, I wrapped a lot of stuff around the Jack and Jill poem, or Jack and Gill, because it was actually about two boys, not a boy and a girl. But my kids' names are Jack and Jill. I know, I'm sick, right? My daughter's name is actually Jillian with a G, so it is kind of Jack and Gill. Anyway, I know, I named them long before I was going to write this book. I know it's wrong. I did it anyway. No, okay, just so you know, I named the girl. My husband named the boy. And I looked at it.
That's amazing. So.
The boy's the younger one, so I'm like, you realize that if you name him Jack, our kids are going to be Jack and Jill. And my husband goes, I don't care. Like, okay. Anyway, so I chose nursery rhymes because they all kind of have the same musical tone, but they all have vastly different meanings. So you can sing kind of the same song and use totally different words and get a completely different idea out of it. And so one of the first things that one of the Fae sing is come out wherever you are, right? That's kind of creepy in the dark, especially when so they've like killed most of your neighbors.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I don't want to. And so yeah, there's did I have to go on a search? Yes. For some of the bigger spells or songs, I had to go and find older nursery rhymes, whether they were set to music or not. I mean, it's not like I was actually writing the notes for the music, but I could have done that, but I'm not that obsessed. So I did have to dig into some really old nursery rhyme books. My sister-in-law actually bought a couple at yard sales.
Cool.
And like sent me pictures of them. She's like, will this work? I like this one. And I'm like, yeah, that one's too nice. I can't use it, but thank you so much. She's really nice.
So what's the oldest one that you have? If you know. Because I'm sure that some of them may not really be possible to track down kind of their origin date, since they're.
That's really the problem, is trying to figure out what's the oldest. I mean, if you really go and look up London Bridge, they go through a lot of iterations of London Bridges falling down. And they talk about it being built with wood and sticks and stones and bricks and mortar and bones and all of that, because that song was actually created so long ago. London Bridge has been rebuilt numerous times since the first time it started falling down. And so I don't really know how old that one is, but I do believe the original London Bridge, some of its pilings were Roman. So,
geez, that's like 3,000 years old.
Well, no, it would probably be during the early.
Well, the Roman era.
The late Roman era, but early Dark Ages, because the Roman era kind of just like trickled along. Okay.
The Roman era did. Yeah, the Roman era did go past the birth of. It did go past year 1.
To what, 423 AD with well, I keep wanting to say.
Depends on whether or not you're talking about the fall of the Western Empire or the fall of the Eastern Empire. We could talk
Thank
for
you.
hours.
My fellow nerd, I have found you.
Whether or not the scholarship disagrees on whether or not the fall of the Roman Empire fell in with the fall of Byzantium, or with the fall of the Ottoman Empire, which didn't happen until sometime shortly before World War I.
I feel like Morbid just turned his head around backwards and the other side started talking, right? Like, where's this voice coming from? Like,
it wasn't me this time, Ernie.
Yeah,
I'm a total history nerd. Yeah, I was with the Adrian Empire for about 10 years doing Renaissance reenactment.
Yeah.
I worked at Renaissance fairs all over the southern the U.S. I did Tennessee. I did every Renaissance fair there was in Florida, a bunch that existed and ceased to exist, and I did Georgia.
Was a Roman emperor. I'm just saying.
I went to Florida for 1 year. I mean, I'm a total Renaissance nerd, but yeah, I'm a history nerd. Plus, I homeschool my kids, so you like get nerdy about history. Like, here, read this. The Greeks are fascinating, and they're like,
That was the perfect representation of me trying to get my daughter to do homework.
Mine's kind of I could say do it or I'll make you read one of my books, but they've already read them all. I know that sounds like it would be torturous, but apparently not.
So now is the time, guys, that we need the suggestions put into the comments for this week's magic word. And which book are we looking at a book for this week's drawing here? Is that which one are we looking at?
The first one, Trick of Fae.
Trick of Fae. All right. So is it a signed copy of this book?
No, it will just simply be a print copy that I'll get their address and mail out to them. I'm afraid it's to get a book to Panama.
Oh,
It-
yeah, because you're international.
Yeah, and you guys don't realize how blessed you are with the mail system there and Amazon being willing to deliver. Here, if you want a letter, you don't want a letter.
Ah, that's so sad. Okay,
Well,
so
You don't want to
so
have
it
to go
was
get it.
Trick of the Fae is the book that we are doing a drawing for this week. And so now is the time. Guys, Ion, start the timer so that everybody can put their magic word suggestions in to the comment section for a copy of the book. And when the timer is up, then we will go through. And no, Phoenix, we cannot use your no, we can't use the Fae. No. You're on mute. I can't. If you're not on mute, I can't.
That
hear you.
was Flora who said that. I was just reiterating.
What did I say?
What?
in the
No, it's.
Oh, don't worry about it, Flora. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing smutty fairy either. Those ones are off.
Don't do smutty fairy. That might mislead people.
I thought no smutty fairy, Faye.
I mean, none of the
No.
fairies get smutty till book 4.
I know that Flora doesn't actually tell her customers to go and like and subscribe and enter the drawings because she makes suggestions like this. If she had to suggest to her customers
If
that
I
they
start-
enter
if
the
I
word
start doing
smutty
that-
fairy, she would not do. She would not make that suggestion.
If I start
Like,
doing that, would you start making those?
would I start doing what?
If I promise to start messaging,
Then will I do
I'll
what?
do it. Will you let us have smutty Faye?
No,
the
I'm not
magic
going to
word.
send that to my customers. I will not.
You could be naughty fae, although that
Count-
doesn't. it doesn't-
Counter offer. Will you actually eat the clamones?
Oh God,
What?
I
No,
saw that
that's
one.
no-
Nasty. Nasty.
Blame
Timer's up.
one of the people that watch our show. They paid for it. Again, thank you, whoever you were. Thank you.
the clammy phase. I'm just saying.
Oh God, no.
No clammy fae.
No clammy fae.
No clammy fae.
That's what we call the selkie, right?
I was about to say that's what we call mermaids. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's true.
I mean,
Mermaids would be the.
Child to bed now that I.
there's
I
water
mean-
fairies, the niskies, like there's some water fae out there. Okay, I'm gonna go back here.
There's
and
a
see-
few good ones that I put in there, though.
Yeah.
Well, there's Kelpie fae, and there's always a Silky or two. I personally like Puka, but that's just me because he's a shapeshifter. They all are. They turn into horses and wolves and, amazingly, white rabbits.
I mean, really? That's way too long for a magic word. Was there one part of this that you wanted to be the magic word, Morbid? Morbid? You are
Mute Morbid, yes.
Palindrome. How about just palindrome?
Was palindrome even in there?
Like,
Well,
No.
yeah, yes, Panama. That whole thing, Amana, Planet, Canal, Panama is a palindrome. Read it
Yeah,
backwards.
so just
It is,
palindrome.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what a palindrome is. It's
okay.
okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh wow. Let me see. Scrolling up. No. Okay. That's actually interesting that that's a palindrome. Let's see. Then we
Yeah,
have.
but you didn't spell it.
It's so long though. I can't use it, even though it's very cool. We could
It is
use
cool, but can you spell it?
Amana Plan Panama.
No,
Canal,
You
palindrome.
forgot the canal.
Palindrome.
Oh, palindrome. Yes, Palindrome.
You're hired.
Yay!
I
Princess
My
Lolly
husband-
has too many duties to take on a secondary job.
I legit did not know
My
that.
husband's job is actually to
Spell
spell
palindrome.
words for me.
Good
Why
husband.
isn't the word palindrome a palindrome? That's what
That
I
is
wanna
so true.
Mm.
I like that.
Let's see. Okay,
The fear of palindromes is a palindrome.
the word for the fear of palindromes.
Mhm.
That's cool.
That is horrible.
What
came
is
up
the
with that?
word for the fear of palindromes?
Well, it ends in phobia, and it's a palindrome. So you just mirror it over. You'll get it.
So
Mirroring.
it's
Phobia.
AIBOHP.
HOBIA.
I can't even say BOH. It's I-bof. What?
It's the word for the fear of palindromes.
I don't think no. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me. I'm about to find out. Uncle Google knows all the things.
Oh,
So,
careful.
Irrational fear of palindromes. Wow, it really is. Ibophobia. I feel like that would be an awesome magic word for this week.
I honestly want to know who came up with that word, because isn't that just horrible to do?
Yeah.
Like, I know you're terrified of this, so I'm going to make it your worst nightmare that you have to try to explain to people why you're terrified. Why are you terrified of it? I have ibophobia. I can't even say the word. Like, it's horrible.
That's horrible.
Sounds so triggering to some poor bastard.
Right. Yeah.
That's amazing though. Okay, let's see. So we had suspended form, and then we have changeling, and then we have the two that we're not gonna do, and then we have Faepocalypse.
I like
Faepocalypse. That's
Faepocalypse.
cool.
Yeah. We have Roman Empire. Let's see. We have our clarification on the Roman Empire, how the Western Empire fell with the Germans and the Eastern fell because of the Ottomans, having nothing to do with our magic word, but I had to put that out there. Let's see. We have Faenema Canal. What?
That's funny.
Yeah, I like that. Let's see. We have flora and fauna. And let's see. We have Fae of Wishes. We have Knife Ears and Faeduction.
Yeah, but there's no actual seduction.
Oh, I thought it was for
Maybe they mean abduction.
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
I didn't type
like
that
a
one.
faeduction,
So I
like
think they
abduction.
actually meant.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking seduction. Sorry, I'm married.
Yeah, now who's thinking like a smutty fairy?
Oh,
well, you know,
let's see. Let's see. We have Constantinople, and yes.
I'm just gonna say, it. Never mind. I was gonna do a total age appropriate comment, which
Istanbul.
It's after 8:30. It doesn't have to be appropriate anymore.
We just
You're
steer
good
away
now.
from the language, but we.
No, I was gonna date myself very badly, and I stopped.
Let's see. Fae Desires, and then
I think
Fae
the audience
Desires.
is thirsty tonight.
yes. Okay, so
And they're
I
hungry
think that's
like
all of
the
that. Let's
wolf.
see.
Cobble added
I like this one.
ibophobia for the record.
You like
yeah.
what?
I said Cobble added ibophobia at the end there.
Oh, did I miss it?
Mhm.
Oh, yes. Here, the ibophobia.
That is so horrible. And it also kind of sounds like you're saying, I have a phobia.
So the final decision is up to you.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yes.
You're the
I was
author.
paying attention. No, I
She
like
would like
the
to choose one of the two not chosen offers that were on the table.
You like the what?
I like the Fae Panama Canal thing. The
Panama.
Fae.
Yeah, the Faenema.
Panama Canal.
Yeah, Faenema Canal. Yeah.
The Panama Canal. That's one. I like that one. It was an interesting play on words that I couldn't remember to say appropriately. So
Well, then that is
I like
what
it.
the magic word shall be. Faenema Canal for this week. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, although I think probably most of you do, you will, after the show, go into the comment section only on YouTube, not on Twitter, or not on Twitch, not on Facebook, and you will put Faenema Canal into the comments to be entered for a chance to win a copy of this week's book. And then if you want your extra entries, you can join the YouTube channel and or the Patreon. Each one of them is worth an extra entry. And get automatically entered into every single drawing that we do. Whether or not you happen to be able to attend the show, we will contact you if your name happens to be drawn. So I think with all that said, I have put the magic word down in the ticker for you guys. And is there anything that you would like to say to everybody before we let you go this evening?
Thanks for having me. It was a little for bedtime, but I still managed to make it.
Thank you.
No, thank you really very much. And you guys were a lot of fun. And I hope I didn't offend anybody too much with my twist on good fairy versus bad fairy.
I am very
I'm
excited about
to
all of it,
read.
actually. And also, like, your information is in the low bar. So if anybody wants to find your stuff, including the entire series, which is on Amazon, then they can go ahead and just click into the descriptor / low bar, and they will be able to find all of your links there. So
the entire series is in Kindle Unlimited also.
Cool,
So
cool.
if you have KU, read to your heart's content. And I do actually intend to release a couple of prequels, and I haven't
cool.
decided whether I'm going to do them as books or I'm going to put them in Vela and then release them later as books.
What's a Vela?
Vela is a new thing with Amazon. It's a reading app where you pay with tokens. Apparently, there's a lot of different reading apps like that. Predominantly, they're romance and or mystery based. I don't make the rules here. But I mean, I do have a bunch of stories in Vela, and I was thinking about putting some of the Fae stuff out there, but I haven't fully decided yet. But I have 3 prequels planned. And they are Alice in Wonderland-esque.
Do you have a place where you make your announcements or updates about where you might be putting that stuff?
To tell you the honest truth, I am terrible with newsletters. Everybody says, "Oh, you need a newsletter." I have one. I don't know, maybe once a quarter I send stuff out and go, "Hey, I got
Here's
stuff
the
going
thing.
on. How are you?" You know. No, generally I will put out something on TikTok, or because I just like TikTok. If I have a new book coming out, I usually flood Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok with whatever I'm doing. And then, you know, somewhere in the background, I'm like, oh, I should send something to my newsletter. All those lovely people who said they actually wanted to hear from me. I just don't like to bother people, you know. Social media is out there. You're looking for it already, but with a newsletter, I feel like I'm invading your privacy. Just, you know, maybe it's because I'm old. I don't know.
I don't know. My things all get filtered. So if I don't want to look at it, I don't have to. So
I mean, that's
all right.
kind of how I feel when I play Phoenix Rainbow the Light. When I yell, "It's to invade everyone's privacy purposefully." Yes.
Well, you know, privacy is something that a lot of people think is overrated, but I hate to invade, you know, like, hey, look at me in my book, you know. I have a new book. I'm terrible at it.
I have a new book, see? Yes.
I'm like, here's my book. And then I like try and throw it at you or something, and oh, did I hit you? I'm sorry.
I think if you do it in that voice, though, everybody would appreciate it.
There's your next TikTok for your video. I have a new book. See? Yes. You want to buy it, eh?
Hey, wait a minute. Are you doing piratey stuff?
Maybe. Are you going to make a pirate series now?
Maybe it's
I
Canadian.
actually have been thinking about doing a pirate series, but I have another series of books that I'm going to be working on this coming year, and I'm in the middle of editing it now. It's called Techno-It.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Thank you. I love that name, right? So cool.
Mhm.
The main character has the ability to control technology with her magic.
Ooh,
Oh,
that would be so
Okay, that
powerful.
sounds cool. Yep.
Well,
All
you
right.
know, we're all nerdy, techno lovers, right? So
No,
I'm
I
like,
hate
True.
technology. It hates me back.
It hates you.
I
So-
was going to use my laptop this evening, but the camera on it decided to say no.
Oh, see,
No,
there
they
you go.
were talking about Fae things, and the camera just decided it wasn't going to work.
There's a
So,
techno
all right,
burst
you
right
guys.
there.
With that said, you all know the magic word, and we have we have the news segment here coming up next. So thank you so much for joining us and being on the
Thank
show.
you.
Please go give our author some love, you guys. Find their media online and give them the likes and subscribes, if you will. Yes, thank you. Have
Ciao.
a good evening. Thank you so much.
You too.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All right.
We always
So-
find such wonderful authors. I just want to say that.
I know. I actually really want the whole entire series, but I guess that, like, speaking of books, I have an unboxing here, and it is a book. I know that it is a book because, I want to do it before we go into the news section, right? But I know because it says this at the top.
Oh.
And so,
Mm.
so speaking of,
Oh,
We're
I
gonna
know what
see
book it is.
just how bad this book is, right?
Oh, geez.
Oh, yep.
Yes.
Okay, I recall now. Yes.
This is the one that we ordered a few weeks ago at the same time that we ordered the claminaise, right? So I figured that this week we would look at the book, and next week we'll do the taste testing for the claminaise. But all right, here we go. I guess I'll embiggen. I have to trade places with you, Ion, in order to embiggen.
Begin.
Dun dun dun! Here it is. Hi.
Yes.
There it is.
The clammy dick.
I'm
It's
dying.
just so clammy.
So, yeah. Oh no, it's wrapped in terrible plastic that I. Terrible
Yes,
plastic.
the moisture oyster.
That was the best word.
That was.
I
I still
remember
can't
things.
believe I convinced you to do this.
Oh, goodbye, Stormy. Wherever you went,
Good night.
I didn't.
And
I didn't.
goodbye, Morbid.
I get no. I don't know.
They all got scared of the clammy dick.
You know,
They ran away.
I can't say that I blame them exactly. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to get it open, so let's see.
Cobble, I'm not sure if I should be touching that one either. Just to clarify, saying your message there.
Ooh, I like the feel of it. It's kind of got this matte cover. Okay, hold on.
Apparently, Princess Lolly has no problem touching it though.
Oh,
She likes
I'm
the
very
feel
jealous right now.
Yes. So here we go. This is by Herman Clamville, and so if you watched the show a few weeks ago, you would know that Cards Against Humanity came out with the claminaise, and we decided, man, sakes, this is the tiniest. I guess I'm unsurprised now. Like, look at how tiny this is. Like,
Ew.
so small. It's like the only way
I
to
would
get
not-
this book, like the original book, into something this size was to make it like in 6-point font. I practically need a magnifying glass to read. This is tiny. This might actually be 6-point font. Wow. Okay. Clammy Dick, or The Clam, by Herman Clamville. Oh, by Herman, and it just goes like, look at this. Okay, here we go. Ready? Page 1. Bam.
Oh.
No, it's so terrible. But we're going to read the first paragraph here very quickly. All right, here we go. Call me.
And that's as far as we got.
It's not Ishmael, otherwise it wouldn't be funny.
Call me Ishmael.
Well, Why was that funny then?
Why was that funny?
Yeah.
Ishmael?
Oh, Ishmael. Oh,
Yes,
oh.
call
Yeah,
me
Ishmael,
Ishmael.
not Ishmael. Yeah.
Yes. Some clam years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little or no clam bucks in my cream purse. I can't do this. Let's see.
You made your
nor-
choices, Lolly.
this is all my fault, huh?
Some of these choices you made for us, brought to you by Clamones.
You know what? I feel like next week when we do the tasting of the claminays, I'm gonna have to read to you the story of Oyster Boy, written by Tim Burton. It's pretty fabulous, actually, and not nearly as long as this. Not even a little teeny tiny bit as long as this. But let's see. Here we go. Yes, having little or no clam bucks in my cream purse, nor any particlamular to interest me on the rim of the great chowder bowl, I thought I would sail about a little and see the chowdery part of the clamiverse. It is a way I have of driving off the egg madness, and oh my god, I can't even read this. Driving off the egg madness and clamtabulating the clamatubules.
I hate everything about this.
Whenever I find myself creaming shell-shocked about the mouth.
Creaming shell-shocked. Oh my god. I'm saving that for next week's magic word.
This is the absolute worst. Why did I do this to myself? Let's see. Whenever it is a creamy, soupy clamvember in my cream soul, whenever I find whenever I find mayo self-compulsively clam-stopping before coffin warehouses and bringing up the rear of every dead clam party I meet, I especially, whenever my mayonnaise tingles, get such an upper hand of me that it requires a strong moral principle to prevent me from deliberately clam hopping into the street and mayothonically knocking people's hats off.
Mayothonically, gosh.
Then, wow, this is such a long paragraph. Then I account it high clam time to get to chowder as soon as I can. This is my substitute for clam gun and ball. With a philosophical flourish, Aeolus throws himself upon his clam sword. I quietly take to the clam shell.
On his clam sword. Oh.
So he has a claymore?
Oh gosh. The puns are horrible.
This is the worst first paragraph ever. There is clam nothing surprising in this. If they but knew it, almost all clam boys in their degree, some clam time or other, cherish very nearly the same feelings towards the great chowder with me. Clam boys cherish the feelings towards the great chowder.
And remember, everybody, this is just the first
It is
paragraph.
recommended in the comments that you do the audiobook for it.
I do the audio. But I do the audio. You know how long it would take me to do an audiobook of this? Oh my gosh.
Lolly specifically should be the one that does the audiobook. Yes. I like this.
It's so long, you guys. I don't know. So let's see. Clambo, chapter 28. Clambo.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
No.
I'm just
articles.
Let's see. No, I feel like I have to like.
I like this note in our comments here. I vote for whatever makes it stop. Thank you, Kay. Thank you.
I believe there's a mythical location in the human realm where they torture people in some sort of bay, and this sounds like the sort of thing that they would use as a torture device.
Would you
I'll
rather
give
hear
you the
about
secret
Clambo's
codes.
egg?
Just please stop.
How about Clampinter?
Oh my
Let's
god.
see. Would you rather hear about the Clamsmith? How about, let's see,
The
the
Clamsmith.
SS. This is the one we're gonna get.
That's what they called me in
The
high school.
SS.
I was about to say that's exactly what a nickname would be for a lower excrement. I call him the Clamsmith.
The SS Clam Slammer meets the Bachelor.
Oh God.
I can't.
You think it would take a long time to read this book? Imagine how long it took to rewrite this book. All for a joke.
I bet you they just used Control H and then like replaced certain series of letters.
No way.
Oh my god, as soon as I said Clam Slammer, we got spam that's like in the no. If I have one of my YouTube admins out there, please go block that spam. I'm dying.
All right.
It's
Please,
I
for the
didn't
love of
realize I
everything,
didn't realize that that
articles.
was like a magic word to get like inappropriate. Ooh, let's see.
No.
Yes, Joshua,
no.
this is the Fae After Dark. That is
And
correct.
jolly enough were the clam sights, and the sounds that came bearing down before the clam farts, some few weeks after Clambo's clam food had been welded.
If my chest were a cannon, I would fire my heart at thee.
Aw, that sounds messy. It was a clam Tucket clam ship, the Bachelor, which like is that like Nantucket but Clam Tucket, which had just wedged in her last cask of mayonnaise and bolted down her bursting hatches, and now in glad holiday apparel was joyously, though somewhat vaingloriously, sailing around among the widely separated clam ships on the ground, previous to pointing her prow for home. The three clam boys at her masthead wore this is the worst. Wore long streamers of narrow red bunting at their hats. From the stern, a clam boat was suspended, bottom down. I can't read it anymore.
And that was Fairy Princess Lolly, everybody.
I feel like you need to say that. Like you need to have the classical music station voice. That was Fairy Princess Lolly reading Clammy Dick by Herman Clamville. And then like you go into, a 30-second little history lesson on who Herman Clamville is.
Followed by me saying, and now we will have a brief intermission before she finishes the rest of chapter 1. But of course it has to be in that very light, soft, and somewhat seductive voice,
I'm just saying.
A soothing bird.
Next we will be talking to the Clamsmith and finding out exactly how he got his nickname.
How he got his nickname of
the Clamsmith.
Okay.
Flora's already seen the message. I know she's on top of what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I
No,
have no clue. What?
Nothing. Just take a look at the famous.
I'm looking at articles now. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I can't do it. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, good.
So how was the weather for everybody today? It was beautiful, wasn't it? Yeah.
I've been enjoying the rain lately.
Has it been clammy?
It's been a bit clammy outside.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I think I'm about to hate all of you.
I love how she hates all of us when she made this decision for us, but that's okay.
You know what? Be nice, or I'll just read some more.
Okay.
Oh,
you're right.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. No, we read this one.
And surely it's not just a mollusk threat.
Let's see. Wow. All right, let's see.
You know what my favorite part about Halloween this year was?
No.
Going to bed at 7:30 because I live so far out in the country, nobody comes to trick or treat at my house. That's beautiful.
I couldn't figure out how to turn off the porch light, so we just had to ignore it all.
Oh no.
It was terrible. I'm a bad fairy.
Are you kidding? That's like the best trick ever.
No. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God. Flora,
you could always
this
tell them-
article.
What?
You could always tell them that you have a rule that you have to take some of their candy before
which
you give them
article?
some of your candy.
All right, guys. Peruvian fertility symbol with giant penis attacked by vandals is article number 1. Versus article number... Flora, how do you find these things? Versus article
You're
number
welcome.
2. Adult Play-Doh is here, and it comes in grown-up scents. So if you would like to hear about the Peruvian fertility symbol that was attacked by vandals, press number 1. And if you would like to hear about adult Play-Doh with grown-up scents, press number 2.
But does it come in adult flavors?
That's what it says. It says it comes in grown-up scents.
But what flavors does it come in?
Yeah. How do they spell that word? How do they spell that word is my question.
Start the timer, thank you.
Unfortunately, I need to go because I met somebody else's garage and I need to start driving home. So,
Well, be safe on your way home.
Yeah.
My question is this:
Morbid
is
was
scents
squatting
man
in someone's.
Mistakes
Morbid's
were
just
made.
squatting in someone's garage.
He's just
could not tell any words that anyone just said. So
You're squatting in someone's garage. Go home. Love you. Bye.
Does he have a home if he's squatting in someone's garage?
No,
I certainly hope he
literally
does.
could not squat in Poppy's garage. He's at Poppy's house, and he could not squat there because Poppy would stab him. There would be homicide before there would be squatters' rights.
Stab, Poppy, stab.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure that Poppy won a knife off of our show like a year ago or something, and she'd probably just stab him with that.
So Poppy does indeed have stab ability. Okay.
Absolutely stab
Mhm.
ability.
Mhm.
100%. Let's see. Wow, I like how literally everyone in the comments is just like, number 2.
Timer has expired.
Play-Doh it is.
We
my
want to know
friend.
about adult Play-Doh. We don't care about fertility things. Those are the past. Adult Play-Doh is the future. It is now.
I'm not sure why we ask. We know what the audience wants.
Yeah, it's probably because Play-Doh is edible and non-toxic. They're just looking for something else for us weirdly to eat on the show.
It's the illusion of choice.
Ew. I'm not going to eat Play-Doh. I'm especially not going to eat
Why
adult
not? It's
scented
non-toxic.
Play-Doh. What are you? No, I don't believe that.
Neither do I. That thing is horrible. But
It tastes like Poseidon's salty butthole.
Ew.
is that one of the flavors? Do you know?
Oh,
it's
no.
it's not salty butthole. It's specifically Poseidon's salty butthole.
The saltiest butthole of all.
Poseidon's butthole, the saltiest butthole of all. Oh.
I mean, I guess speaking of sea shanties, sea clempies. Let's see. We are looking for. Here we go.
Flora was not impressed. I could tell. She gave me the eyebrow thing and everything.
It was spelled like this, Phoenix, to answer your question. Grown up sense. Here we go. Play-Doh is a perfect stress reliever. Not that anyone needs that right now. Playtime isn't for kids, and Play-Doh is stepping up to cater all the kids at heart with a line called Play-Doh for Grown-Ups. Not only are the makers of Play-Doh giving us our own ball of putty to mold and squeeze, they come in grown-up scents like overpriced latte, mom jeans.
What? What does that smell like?
Oh,
We have to buy them now.
Dad sneakers, spa day, Lord of the Lawn.
Spa day. Grill King.
Grill King. I'm not quite sure how mom jeans smell, but it's worth purchasing just to answer this question.
Well, I know what Spa Day is going to smell like. Grill King is pretty self-explanatory. And same with the lawn, but
Okay.
yeah.
You guys know what's coming. I hope that when we get to the part where there's a link, I am going to go look and see how much it costs to get mom jeans smelling Play-Doh. I hope you know that that's about to happen. Since most of us who've been home have been through the puzzle, movie, baking, arts and crafts, cleaning, and board games phases of this pandemic, it is time to introduce something new into the mix before we all lose our damn minds. Play-Doh allows kids and adults alike to create and build to their heart's content and then smash it all together and start over again. Ew! Oh, I don't even want to think about some of these things being smashed together. Disgusting. If it gives us 5 minutes of stress relief right now, it's more than worth it. Spa Day looks like a zombie. Lord, look at that picture. The aromas are meant to evoke everyday things that bring adults joy, like brand new shoes or freshly cut grass. Brand General Manager Lena Vadaketh told HuffPost. They're also geared towards anyone who loves a good laugh. I'd say more of the latter than the former. It won't solve your first world problems, but man, if adult-scented Play-Doh solves your first world problems, that's a first world thing, I guess. So, but it's a great gift for men and women. Fun white elephant gifts. Oh no, I have
Don't
an
knock
idea.
it, Lolly. What if the grown-up scent Play-Doh actually prevents World War III?
Well, so okay, I didn't really get to say it at the beginning of the night tonight because there's cat things, right? But Faesgiving in a couple of weeks is going to be a reverse birthday party since my Bloom Day is on the 21st and Faesgiving is on the 19th. Instead of getting gifts, I'm going to have tons of gifts to give away that are enchanted items, but also actual items as well that are going to be white elephant style. And that way everybody attending Faesgiving can get a gift. So that's my plan. And now I'm like, oh, wouldn't this be so fun?
Wouldn't it be nice to give a Play-Doh, especially
I
all the
need
grown-up scented stuff?
I'm just saying that's now so skip the line of coffee snobs with overpriced latte coffee scent. Give your gal pal a Play-Doh spa day with floral scented, or give the ultimate, that doesn't make sense, or give the ultimate dad joke comeback with dad sneakers new shoe smell. Smells like a pretty great gift or adult party favor. That's sure to be a crowd pleaser. Man, the concept of Play-Doh for grown-ups actually dates back to the product's early days when it was meant to remove dirt and other unpleasantries from wallpaper? Weird. When wallpaper went vinyl and semi-self-cleaning, it was rebranded for kids and found smooshed into carpets for decades to come.
Meant to clean, now destroys.
That's right. Even though the new dough is meant for adults, it is not the first time adults have gotten into the game. There are pages dedicated to Play-Doh uses and can be used to help with hand exercises to relieve stress. The fact that we can now relive our stress whilst smelling grass and coffee is like the icing on the putty cake. You can get a 6-pack on Amazon for $12. There's a link. Oh.
click on it.
It seems that the popularity has caught on. The product is currently out of stock and we'll be back next week. All right, here we go. Stop sharing and yes, I'm gonna get it, you guys. Look. I'm just saying here we go. Where's my little share button?
By the way, if everyone didn't know this is Lolly's favorite part of the show. This is when we just basically get to watch her shop and spend more money.
Yes, as if this is what I do every single show. Man, don't I wish. All right, here we go. Here it is, you guys. Can you see it?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. Look at that. And it's on sale for
That's-
$14.41, right? Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Doo-doo-doo. I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna put it under
That is
my Faesgiving. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have a tree. A tree is for Yuletide. Should I have a giant turkey? What should I have, guys?
Cornucopia? Is that what
Yeah,
those
that's
things
what I was gonna say. Why not a
Cornucopia.
horn of
Oh.
plenty? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
are?
That is what it is also called. Thank you very much.
He's all indignant about it over there. I'm
You know what? Don't worry about it. You all just need to go speak to the clansmith, all right? Just go speak to the clansmith.
You know, I just speak to the clansmith. This is amazing. Okay. I am so excited that it is there. It is going to happen. And of course, I don't know. I feel like somehow we've got to. I can save the one so that we can smell it on the show. Actually, if a whole bunch of us are at Faesgiving, we can all open them and divide them up and then like smell them on the show. Or we can just save the one. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Somehow this has to be a thing though, because I'm buying those. It's going to be amazing. Let's see. Let's see. That was the end of that article, by the way, and now it has just ended with nothing but trouble. So good job, Flora.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was
At least I don't have to eat it.
So weirdly, I knew it was invented
fantastic.
the clean wallpaper, which is really kind of bizarre.
You would know that.
What?
That does seem like an Ion information note that would be, yeah.
Like you just happened to know that?
I did actually.
Why?
Also, on a related note, bubble wrap was invented as a wallpaper.
That would
Really? What?
Well, if bubble wrap was
terrible.
invented as wallpaper, it makes sense to have Play-Doh as wallpaper cleaner.
Well, no, it cleans ordinary wallpaper pretty well too.
I mean,
Ew.
do you have an idea? Like, I'm pretty sure everyone in here knows how addictive it is to pop bubble wrap. So can you imagine, like, trying to convince a 3-year-old in your house to stop touching your walls? That would be next to impossible.
Well, it didn't succeed as a wallpaper, so
Well, clearly, yes. There is an alternate timeline out there where that actually happened, and there are still people using bubble wrap as wallpaper in that alternate reality.
That does seem like something that was invented, at a time where everyone was doing something like Coca-Cola.
Like Coca-Cola, but not
Yes, with all those people
Less
doing things
without
like
the
that.
Cola. Like Coca-Cola.
Without the cola. Yeah, Coca-Cola without the cola.
A dry version.
Try it today.
powdered version.
Powdered version. Like dehydrated Coca-Cola.
So it actually survived and continued to be produced because they found a use in packaging electronics, namely PCs. And
Makes sense.
so if the PC had not been invented, bubble wrap would not still exist.
Thank you, technology boom. Yes.
Okay. Let's see.
Because it was unsuccessful as a wallpaper.
What? You can actually buy Colonel Sanders' house?
Like the whole thing?
Apparently. Let's see.
Who submitted that article?
You. As we all know that you have a thing for hot Colonel Sanders.
Hey, we all have a thing.
For hot Colonel Sanders or just a thing?
See, I'm not the only one.
Let's see. This is hilarious. No, I want to read this one that Stormy submitted, so I'm looking for a good pair for it, I guess. Weird food things. No, we looked at this one last week. Okay. I'm just saying. You guys are awful quiet tonight. I don't like it.
I'm sorry, I ran out of weird facts about things invented to go on walls.
I'm always quiet. Is that anything new?
Yeah, but you do it weirdly.
My quietness or his weird facts?
No, you be quiet weirdly.
Huh.
It's just a passive buff.
How can you be quiet?
I mean, I might have more, but I just don't know.
Oh, I could show you.
Uh-oh. just staring at people, unblinking. Are you doing it? Are you being quiet weirdly? Oh no, where'd Phoenix go? He disappeared. All right, here we go. Bear crashes 2-year-old's birthday party, eats cupcakes.
I was so hoping for something else besides cupcakes.
Eats children.
Eats birthday boy.
Why would the bear bother with the birthday boy if there's cupcakes to be had?
That's fair.
No, I don't like that
You
one.
should
I changed my mind.
You should eat your dinner before your dessert.
This one is better.
It's a bear. He does what he wants. No one can say otherwise to him.
That's fair.
Okay, I changed my mind. Article number 1. Fancy restaurant hires the first grape feeder and gorgeous hands are required. Versus article number 2. Pork flavored cardboard is the main ingredient in some Beijing buns.
No, it's not.
It is. It says so
It
right
should
here.
not be allowed.
So if you want to hear about the first grape feeder with gorgeous hands, press number 1. And if you would like to hear pork flavored cardboard, press number 2. Ion, please start the timer. Yes.
So I want everyone to vote 1 because I don't want to buy pork flavored cardboard.
Oh no, because you're like, if there's a link, I'm gonna buy some of that pork flavored cardboard. That's what I'm gonna do. Ion's over there like, I don't want to taste test this, you guys. But if there's a link, you guys, I'm gonna buy pork flavored cardboard.
That's right, Sean. We all love a gilf.
Eat birthday boy, then takes cupcakes. That's amazing. That's what should happen, right?
Welcome to the real world.
I'm dying. No, Phoenix, come back. Tell it. Revitalize it. Give it CPR. Yes, computer.
Turn it off and on again.
Program. Yeah, turn it off and on again. All right, number 2 it is, you guys. Here we go. Pork flavored cardboard. Oh. This is from the Seattle Times. That's scary. No, what? Unblock ads. What in the heck is happening down here? Oh no, Mama. Are you trying to come up here? Yeah? Are you trying to come up here, little kitty? Yeah, come on. Oh my goodness, Mommy. No, why is it like this? It doesn't want to let me read it. Can we find it? Can we find this somewhere else? Oh, lame.
I'm looking. Let's see what I can find. There's a CBS News one.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can trick it. Nope. Do the thing. Oh. I don't know what it's doing.
All right, Belly, you have to get out of the way of my computer screen so I can see where my mouse is going.
This is so lame. I'm so sad that I can't read it.
I found a different version of the same thing.
Oh, yay.
CBS News. I sent it on Facebook because I can't seem to get
But it's an actual live article?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I just put it's about the same thing, so I just sent it.
Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Really? Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, guys. China busts cardboard bun shop. Busts them? You mean they were like not supposed to have this thing and they did it anyway? Chopped cardboard softened in an industrial chemical and made tasty with pork flavoring is a main ingredient in batches of steamed buns sold in a Beijing neighborhood, state television said. The report, aired late Wednesday on China Central Television, highlights the country's perennial problems with food safety, despite continuing government efforts to improve the situation. Countless small, often illegally run operations exist across China, and making money cutting corners by using inexpensive ingredients or unsavory substitutes. They are almost impossible to regulate. China Central Television's undercover investigation report features the shirtless, shorts-clad maker of the buns called Baozi, talking about how the product was sold in a neighborhood in Beijing's sprawling Chaoyang district. The hidden camera follows the man, whose face is not shown, into a ramshackle building where steamers are filled with fluffy white buns, traditionally stuffed with minced pork. The surroundings are filthy, with water puddles and piles of old furniture and cardboard on the ground. What's in the recipe? The reporter asks. 6-4, the man says. You mean, that makes no sense. You mean 60% cardboard? What is the other 40%? Asks the reporter. Fatty meat, the man replies. Ew.
Just the meat, huh?
The bun maker.
It's Asia. It's non-specific.
No, why, Ladrin? Fired. Okay. The bun maker and his assistants then give a demonstration on how the product is made. Squares of cardboard picked from the ground are first soaked. This is the worst.
Like a potato? Grows in the ground.
Haven't you ever heard of a cardboard plant? Come on now. Let's see. They're first soaked in a pulp in a plastic basin of caustic soda, a chemical base commonly used in manufacturing paper and soap. Then chopped into tiny morsels with a cleaver. Fatty pork and powdered seasoning are stirred in. Soon, steaming servings of the buns appear on screen. The reporter takes a bite. Ew. This Baozi filling is kind of tough. Not much taste, he says. Can other people taste the difference? Most people can't. It fools the average person, the maker says. I don't eat them myself.
Yeah, because you know how it's made.
Wow. The police eventually show up and shut down the operation. End of story. That's how it ends. Wow, what? Is there a place that we could watch it? There's no link or anything. Well, I guess you're safe, Ion. I'm not going to be purchasing any pork flavored. Ew. Oh, really? Caustic soda equals lye? Wouldn't that be poisonous?
Not if it gets rinsed out. It's part of the process of making like a pretzel, for example.
Really? What do they use it for?
It changes the surface so that it creates that pretzel-y hard shell.
Interesting. I did not know that. Well, it's 9:40, you guys, and so that basically brings us to the end of the show for this evening. It's November 2nd, so I did want to say before we go tonight, a couple of things. Being the beginning of the month, we do have a new November special. These, if you pledge or upgrade on our Patreon here it says September. I didn't change that. I'm so sorry. It's actually for this month. My bad. I'll have to update that. But if you pledge or upgrade this month in November, you will get a random hand-painted postcard, kind of a postcard-sized fairy and or set of butterflies. These are from Rainy Day Grace, who's one of our vendors and a local Northwest vendor around several events here. And they painted all of these. They have a $15 value. and that will be snail mailed to you. So if you want to get your extra entries for our drawings, and then also this month's extra special offer, then you can find our links in the low bar for the Patreon to do that. I'll show you a little bit. This is kind of what they look like embiggened. And then please keep an eye on the Patreon. You guys, it's the beginning of the month, so there are going to be some quest drops here in the next couple of days. And then also we will be soon publishing the actual details for the Faesgiving, which is coming up on Saturday, the 19th of this month. That's the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So thank you, Miss Flora, actually, for finding our location for that. And if you guys had fun laughing with us tonight, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I think with that said, there's no Morbid, so who's going to take over saying Count Morbid's line?
I did it last week.
I know. Who's going to?
I can do it. I can do it.
Oh, okay. Ion, you're going to do it.
Go away.
Hello and welcome to FAE Productions. We hope you enjoyed our show with your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you had fun with our FAE crew. Don't forget to click that little bell icon to get notifications of upcoming shows. And if you're looking to support your fellow FAE, fly on over to our Patreon, links